right now, because if I was here to say that I got Polina as my guest today, it's Ubud on tea. It's not every day that we got the Red Priestess here to say she's gonna sing a little bit about tarot and pour me some tea, because I'm here to give it to you, because I can rap with thee. We had Russell Simmons on just a little bit ago, but now we got the first class witch to start the show. Tribal vibe inside the Dragon Temple Tea House. Eye wide, here we go with the red O. I need you need to flow. Got the round frame drum in the house, singing the voice of a little mouse, coming out with the power of fire. Sex, tarot, tea, inspire.
Welcome to Ubud on Tea.
Don't forget to subscribe on YouTube, Instagram,
Like and subscribe.
Notifications, please. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, you know.
Today we got Polina, started with a drum, but we know that she's a first-class witch and she got a lot of tools we're gonna ask her about. We're also super excited for the event that's coming up here in that beautiful Dragon Tea Temple. Around beautiful, exquisite tea, beautiful tea tables like this. But the event that you're gonna do with Genia, we're gonna talk about it and I wanna be there.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Ubud on Tea. My name is Lawrence J. I am your host, alongside my co-host Alex Lambert. And today we have a very special guest. Her name is Polina. She's a first-class witch, a tarot tea priestess. Thank you.
Yo, sit down, let's dig into your spiritual ego. Think you're looking fly, white linen kimono, got your yoni egg in. I think you're ready. Yeah, it's time for Ubud on Tea.
That was awesome. That was fun.
So nice to tea you today.
Yeah. I'm feeling very bhakti.
Bhakti, maybe Shakti also.
Yeah.
A flow of Shakti and Bhakti.
Earlier we had a member of the Illuminati with us.
Oh, okay.
That makes my TTs very hard.
Nice. Oh, so this is a rare occasion, but we started the show off a little bit different than normal.
Because it's our third episode today and we're already very high on tea. So.
Yeah, we got so much tea going on.
And now it's some slightly overbrewed tea, which is going to get us even more.
So if you guys don't know Polina, you should. She's a very tall member of the Ubudian community. You'll see her serving tea at the Dragon Temple Tea House, where we're at right now. But you're also going to see her performing. She performs and she teaches frame drum workshops. And I actually, with my lady, came to you not so long ago and did a tarot card reading, which was really powerful. You also teach tarot, which I always like knock on the door.
I've been teaching tarot until I actually got one of my students to be my boyfriend, and I kind of stopped since that.
Okay.
For several reasons, you know. So yeah, for the moment, I don't teach tarot. I do readings. I do astrology readings, and in my Instagram profile, you can see that it says the empowering astrologist, or like astrology for kings or queens, or like, you know, all the people who like want more from life, and that's also who I am. I always want more. Probably everyone in Ubud wants more. That's why we basically came here once. All right. And yeah, and the frame drum thing, the drumming thing. Thank you so much, guys, for initiating this in the beginning, because the frame drum is my personal talisman. Is this an English word, right?
Yeah.
Talisman. So I found this particular frame drum. Frame drum is a drum with a thinner part, this part here. It's a very ancient instrument, one of the most ancient instruments in the world. You can see the images of people with frame drums in every culture around the world, like thousands of years ago. In rituals, certain states of trance were achieved by playing on this instrument, exactly like we just had in the beginning. And yeah, this I found this around like more than 10 years ago, and when I found this instrument, I got absolutely addicted to it. And yeah, so this is my personal tool. I think it's the first time I actually bring this like to public so openly. And Ubud started to be a point where I felt finally like first time in 10 years it's time to share, because there's a huge knowledge around this. The amount of compositions that me and my partner in this project, Zhenya, we create together is just like the knowledge about the rhythmic mandalas and how they create, how they shift the consciousness is so vast. And finally, it's time to share it with the community here, and probably it will even develop somewhere else.
So we have a brand new tradition here on Ubud on Tea, and that tradition is like this. Everybody take a deep breath in. Two more times. Third time's the charm. Sweet. One of the things that you mentioned in your opening was that you were teaching tarot. And you stopped teaching because you started making love to the man you were teaching.
Actually, yes. And I just had another moment happening here in Ubud. So there is a person who wanted to study tarot from me, and he was like, he was on the way to it. And I was thinking, maybe I should, maybe it's not, you know, maybe it's not a curse. Maybe not every student fall in love with me, you know, maybe it was just this moment with this particular person. And we still were figuring out details. And just like a couple of weeks ago, he came to me in Sayuri and he told me, Polina, I have a crush on you, you know? And I was like, that's a good thing I didn't start teaching him tarot. So I think, yeah, that pretty much answers the question. I think students, they kind of like have this pattern of falling in love with their teacher. When you're a man and you enjoy it, it's one thing, but when you're a woman, you're more vulnerable to it.
I can understand. And what I wanted to actually say and ask you about is, one thing that I know in terms of like teaching language and learning language or any skill is sexual energy is a really good motivation for it, right?
Exactly.
So you, in terms of teaching and having that power, it's something that like you could probably use in all of the work that you do, whether it's tea serving or whether it's teaching frame drum like you're doing with Zhenya. And another question actually might be interesting is, do you feel that kind of vibration between you and Zhenya? Not that you guys play in on it or not, but do you guys like have a little bit of like leading man, leading woman?
That's an interesting question. I think we don't. And I think that's why it's so easy to work together. We kind of, like we both yes, like first of all, yes to all of what you said, and yes, we use sexual energy everywhere. I don't really like the concept of like sexual energy is vital energy, that's why we use it. From my own knowledge in terms of mystical science, from astrology and Tao practice and tarot, it's actually different. So yeah, me and Zhenya, we don't have this particular aspect. I actually enjoy him, like when I see that girls are like onto him from the public, I am just so happy for him. And I also know that he will let me shine and there will be nothing happening around it. But yeah, I mean, let's see.
When I spoke, go ahead.
Yeah, I think what's cool with having you here, so we talked about the witch, the priestess, the mysticism. I feel you're so connected, and we'll touch on different
That's
cards.
one of Ubudian pickup lines, actually. That's one of Ubudian pickup lines.
Priestess?
No, you're so connected.
You're so connected.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I felt like, oh yeah, he sees me, you know.
Yeah,
This moment.
yeah.
Okay, sorry, continue.
Because you are me and I am.
Yeah, all this stuff.
And we've-
So.
We've had lifetimes.
Okay,
together before.
yeah,
Anyway.
yeah, I got it. So you were asking?
Yeah, about this event. Like when I look at the event, I'm like, oh great. So you guys have a beautiful voice, and I know Zhenya is amazing on the drum and the handpan. It's going to be beautiful music. But knowing you, I know there's way more than we'll be in a beautiful place, having beautiful tea with beautiful music. But what's the more where I'm like, okay, I want to be there rather than it's going to be nice.
So why? What is it? It's like what exactly is? Because I'm curious, you know. Now you shared, and I am so grateful that you shared it. Yeah. But what exactly is it? Like, is it gonna be fun, or like what is this feeling that it's like mystery? Or
is there something at this event that you feel is going to be really hard to get from other events that makes it really special?
That's an amazing question. So, okay, maybe I should start from this. I already mentioned there is a certain knowledge about rhythmic patterns and mandalas, and actually tones. The whole sound healing music concept is actually taking its roots in ancient tradition, where they explain how different tones and vibrations really create something in a space. But to be really able to deliver it, you have to really know what you're doing. It's like not just like intuitive, you know, sound bathing, whatever. But so what we're doing now with Zhenya is that we create rhythmic mandalas. We meet for rehearsals where we have not just, it's like astrology or like sacred geometry or mathematics. We actually build compositions according to building a channel.
It's like codes.
Yeah, it's like, what's the word? The vortex. Yeah, a certain vortex of energy. And we already had it on previous one when there was like, it's happening and it's just like, we don't do anything. It's just, people don't even understand. They just hear the drums, you know? But then they're like, oh, like, wow. Like with tea, you know, or you're like drinking, yeah, just drinking something. It's like, wow, everything changed.
But
So-
with tea, it's more obvious that there's a chemical reaction also that's going to happen. Well, with the vibration,
It's also
that's the
physical,
case.
actually.
Yeah.
It's
Is
also
it like, you know, the mantras and the yantras?
Yes.
It all has its codes that have
Yeah.
a special frequencies that activate. So is that something that's conscious in your process? Of
Yes,
creating
very
the event?
much. Yes, and this like
But
this
sure,
sound.
Your face is covered by the drum when you play it.
Ah,
So
okay.
just no, you can play it, but or tell Claudio so he can move the camera.
Yeah. So this particular sound makes a certain resonance in our body, and the rhythms, they're kind of, I mean, if you're on a drumming circle somewhere, it's just like getting you, you know, like vibrating on a certain like up down beat. But if it's created intentionally, yes, it's like mantra. You can just put sounds in a certain way, and this is mantra, and this is not something else. It's impacting somehow the consciousness. So this is totally like the first one. The second one is that I'm going to bring also back the ancient tradition of dancing with the drum, where priestesses and priests also, they were playing, singing, and dancing at the same time. And we're going to do this time because it was my dream on the first one. So on the second one, I actually intentionally gathered some people who play, sing, and dance together. So we're going to create a certain piece where we kind of restore the tradition and present it to the public. And of course, you know, Zhenya is a Qigong master. I'm a Tao practice teacher, so there'll be a lot of energy in the space.
I just had a thought. I remember I was studying with, remember Sundari, Russian woman,
yeah.
the quantum priestess, what have you, and she would have us play drums as like part of like the ceremony, and she would speak. She would have a frame drum like you, but she would have it with like this, what do you call it? The stick.
Yeah.
And she would refer to it as like the drum. The round symbol is the yoni, and the stick represents the lingam. And I just found it interesting that you have the yoni, like you have the frame drum, but you use your hands. That's all I wanted to say. Okay, so I'm gonna move on. We have this.
You got
do
me.
You wanna,
Maybe before the fire question, maybe we'll close with fire questions.
Cool.
And you'll see. Surprise, surprise.
Okay, it was not it. Okay.
Yeah, also as we had the beautiful Dragon Tea Temple. By the way, that was cool with Jasmine, so we could see a little bit more of the place where the event takes place. And so there'll be drums, there'll be a priestess, there'll be also tea. So just a little bit about like how tea adds to your magic, and also how that place adds to the magic.
Well, this place is amazing, guys. I don't know if you're watching it from abroad. Dragon Tea Temple in Ubud is like a powerful, I don't know, like the top of the invisible volcano, if I can say so. This place just has so much. It was, people fantasized about this venue for like years and years and years and years. They were building their lives to be able to create it. And this particular venue is like something so, so, so special. If you come here, you will just, wow, it's like nothing else to say. Just you can feel how much intention and dreams and effort and love is here. It's like everywhere, and like every, like right in every curve here. We don't have like usual tables. We have only these tables.
yeah,
like
the petrified wood.
specifically, like very, very specifically designed tables, right? So I'm honored,
Are you
happy.
selling the table?
Not yet. I might move to it.
I want it.
At some point. I was thinking about it. Yeah, for commission you can live for like several months. And the tea, speaking of plant medicine, I think that tea is legalized plant medicine. That's my opinion on tea. It's like, you know, it's really, really, really powerful. If you know how to brew it, it becomes a different thing. And Dragon Tea Temple has all these pots. They have their school where they teach people how to brew it.
We've done it.
Yeah, and
as you can taste.
Yes, actually, yes. And so when you, with the first cup, you remember I got here and I just had a fight with someone. I was like, and I had the first cup and immediately I went to creative mode. So tea is a conductor, it's a helper. Tea is actually a super powerful space holder, and I mean it. If you guys are with yourself, you feel there's nobody out there for you, you're going through something, just have some really, really, really good tea and brew it properly. Like she or he, for me it's she actually, tea is a she. She's a space holder. And also she brings our awareness in this like center. So actually, and he can be even exorcist because he brings us so much to the present that other energies just, you know, they're just casted away naturally. So with this spirit, with this space holder, I am quite sure to have every participant and every visitor's presence with us where they can really, really, really like co-create with us in these channels of rhythms. I'm really looking forward for it. Now, when I described it, I was like, wow.
What's the date of the show that you're doing?
8th of October.
And you guys are doing a workshop too?
Workshop is the day before. It's the 7th of October.
Whoa, okay, cool. Very awesome.
Yeah.
We got some questions for you. This or that. So we have a new segment that we've been doing, and I want to ask you a few questions. You can give limited, quick responses. Most of the questions are, you can just answer exactly what the questions, and then a little why. Not too long of a why. Okay?
I'll try.
Yeah, you'll be good. My first question for you is this. Chengu or Uluwatu?
Uluwatu.
Zest or Sayuri?
Zest.
Thank you. Let's go. Why?
Well, I mean, Sayuri is also amazing. I just came from Sayuri here. But if you're asking specifically Zestor Sayuri, because of interiors.
Okay, I like that.
And because of, yeah. It's like Sayuri is a little bit too hippie for me.
Yeah, fair enough. Next question is colonic or Cambo?
What?
Colonic or Cambo?
It's plant medicine?
Cambo's the dots from
I
the
never
frog
done it.
you purge, actually.
Okay.
Moving on. Rape or ice bath?
Rape.
Temple night or Kundalini class?
Neither.
Ayahuasca or Vipassana?
Neither.
Cacao or puer?
Puer.
Durian or urine therapy?
Or what? Uni therapy.
Urine therapy.
Urine?
Yeah, urine therapy.
I don't know what it is.
Okay, next question. Yoga barn or radiantly alive?
Yoga barn. Because you're teaching there.
I mean, it would be that easy to get the question to get the answer changed. Malaika or Toltec?
Private joke.
Oh my God, that's such a question. Oof. Okay, Malaika.
Yay! We love Toltec too. Kirtan or ecstatic dance?
Ecstatic dance.
Oh, thank you. And then this question is a different question. And thank you for answering our this or that segment. The next question is, what happens in Ubud that is normal here that is weird in the rest of the world?
In the rest of the world.
Yes.
What is normal here, what is weird in the rest of the world? Okay, to answer Bagus on any question. To wear silk kimono just in the crowd, on the street. To say something like, probably this is normal in LA too. But to say something like, yeah, me and my lover just met this girl that we were screwing for 3 nights, something like this. Yeah, it's also normal here. I said in LA can be normal.
Well, in LA they would say screwing.
In Amsterdam,
Here, they would say
probably
something else.
normal. Yeah.
So talking about polyamory.
Yeah. So okay. So something else, something beyond all of this stuff. What is normal here that is weird in the rest of the world? Is to say I'm going through such a process right now. Yes.
Yeah,
I hear you, sister.
I hear you.
Yeah.
sister.
Oh.
Love and gaslight. Cool.
We can hold space for you if you need for your process. Dear brothers.
How much space can you hold from you?
I mean, we have a whole temple that we can hold for you.
Okay. Thank you. Okay.
I just want to acknowledge you. You are an amazing woman. You have all these amazing interests, and you're also a single mother. And I think you're a single mother. Am I right?
I am.
Yeah. And I know, like just through my relationship with Jasmine, that like how challenging and overwhelming it can be to have this ball of energy that's always running around, and I'm not even talking about her. I'm talking about you, and then add that too. So I just want to acknowledge you, and I wish you all like the best for this show, because I think this is going to be an amazing show. I know Zhenya too, so you guys working together is going to be cool.
Thank you so much, guys. Thank you for having this podcast. I like it more and more, actually. Like, I think that's a great idea, and the way you two are connected and you lead it, I love it. Thank you also for your wishes and for your acknowledgement. I feel very seen. Another wouldn't.
Yeah.
I feel seen.
Yeah.
Literally. Yeah. Okay.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. And for the listener, as usual, if you liked it, don't hesitate to share, like, subscribe on Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, iTunes, if that still exists by the time we publish the episode. And should we finish with a little bit of drumming and
Yeah,
singing?
do a little drumming and singing, and like if you'd like, we'd love it. We're all, yeah.
Let's do it all together then.
Yeah.
Let's
And when you
tone.
do it, just make sure the drums. So you're so beautiful. We want to see your face. We're doing it all together. Do you guys want to join us? This has been Ubud on Tea. Thank you very much. See you next time.